We packed our entire lives in the back of a truck, and now we're here.
It's been quite the change for Daniel and Kristen Nammour. Young and in their 20s, the last few years has seen them go from Utah to downtown Vancouver to this quiet rural farm in central Saanich. It's an idyllic setting for anyone who likes to get their hands dirty. Weeding, shoveling, and eventually seeing the fruits of their labor is what brings a smile to the faces of this couple. And they've taken it on because it's something they feel strongly about.
I think a lot of the problems in the world today have to do with a broken food system, and you can trace a lot of things back to it, obesity and the water shortages and everything. And I was tired of being not a hypocrite, but I was tired of talking about it and not doing anything about it.
But it's not just this couple who have decided to make farming part of their life. Saanich Organics trains apprentices to grow organic vegetables on a small scale, and this year alone, more than 50 people have signed up, eager to learn.
They're not your typical hippie flakes. They're people with university degrees. They have thought about business plans. They're very creative, and they're thinking about how to make the most out of the land, a lifestyle for themselves.
But it's not easy for young and enthusiastic people like Daniel and Kristen. If they wanted to buy some land in the capital region and farm it, they'd have to fork out $100,000 just for 1 acre.
I don't know if I could get 10 feet with the way land prices are. It's pretty unrealistic around here.
Just 2 weeks here on the South Island, and this farmer already knows about the cost of land, one he calls a huge barrier for people interested in helping to boost the island's local food production. But Robin Tunnicliffe says those high prices mean people like Daniel are fleeing the island as fast as they're coming here.
They come here, they get their training, and then they realize, wow, Saanich and the CRD is not a place where we can stay because it's not affordable.
Drive a few kilometers south and the answer just might lie in some of this 65 acres of agricultural land in Saanich. The land is known as Panama Flats, an area that has been farmed off and on for more than 100 years. Saanich bought the land 2 years ago for more than $2 million and has recently come up with a plan to put all of it into the agricultural land reserve.
It's the first time in decades that land from Saanich in this scale has been included in the agricultural land reserve.
And that ALR designation could help ease the burden of steep land prices and access to farmland. Councillor Murdock says Saanich plans to consult the public about what can be done with this ALR land, but already there are plenty of ideas from groups like the Capital Regional Food and Agriculture Roundtable.
We can use it for food production. We can have community allotment gardens. I've heard proposals to turn it into an agricultural park. You can have lease portions of the property out to farmers, use it as sort of an incubator farm to give new farmers the opportunity to get their hands in the soil and start growing.
Its primary purpose, though, will be to ensure the land stays as a floodplain, a way to help manage stormwater in Saanich. And as you can see, there's no shortage of water here, meaning food production would likely be restricted to the summer months.
It was leased by the Galeys and the Van Trites. It's been in production for years and years. And it's not new that there's been water on the land. In fact, more water than you see now has been held here for months at a time. It dries up, and the water is great for making the soil even more fertile.
Robin Tunnicliffe says she's hopeful farming can happen on Panama Flats and knows what the consequences could be if it doesn't.
We need to step up and start thinking into the future how we're going to grow all our own food. There's no reason we can't. We've got lush farmland, we've got the climate, and we've got the skills here.
There's no exact timeline for the project just yet, but Saanich does plan to start public consultation this spring. In Saanich, I'm Nikki Ewanyshyn.